about you, but I'm not the biggest fan of the dark. I'm really not. Let me tell you a little bit more about myself. I have an 11-year-old son and a 9-year-old girl, and we used to live in Dallas, Texas. Like I said, I'm originally from Missouri, moved out to California, lived in Dallas, Texas for 3.5 years because everybody's got to live in purgatory at some time in their life. And then we moved back. But while we were in Dallas, Texas, we lived in this house with this really long hallway. And I got up in the middle of the night, and I'm walking down the hallway like 3 a.m. to use the bathroom. And literally, as I get to the end of the hallway, I hear, "Hello, Daddy." At 3 a.m. And I scream, and I turn, and there's my daughter in a nightgown, sitting on the floor in the darkness, playing with her toys. That's not normal. And when I screamed, she started to cry. My son came out of his room crying because I screamed, because who expects somebody else in the hallway at 3 a.m.? And then my wife comes out, and all of a sudden it's my fault. I don't understand how that's even possible. But here's the deal. I don't like the dark. Here's the other thing, though. When I walk into the light, I don't really know that I like that much either. I mean, the good thing about the light right here is that you get to see the eye candy right here. But honestly, the light can be really bright, and it can be really, really annoying. And so what a lot of us do is that we stay in the darkness. Because in the light, you go in the light, it exposes blemishes on your face, it exposes who you are, it exposes so much about you. And if you're a normal person, which I'm sure you are, let me put it this way. You're probably like me. You want to hide things. You want to make sure that there are things about what you're doing in secret, about what you believe, about who you think you are, about what you've done, that you hope never gets out. Where you think, if this gets out, my reputation is over, it's ruined, I don't know what to do. And so what we do is we end up staying in the dark. But staying in the dark, that's really no place to live. Let me tell you a little bit about me. I don't have a normal story. I grew up in Missouri, like I told you. And when I was 2 years old, my parents divorced, and both of them went into same-sex relationships. And so my whole life, I was raised in the LGBTQ community, my whole childhood life. My dad had several different friends, but my mom, she was together with the same woman for 22 years. And they moved to Kansas City, and they were activists. They joined the local board of directors of GLAAD, Gay and Lesbian Awareness Against Discrimination. When I was in elementary school and preschool, they took me with them to gay bars and clubs and campouts and parties and pride parades. And I remember this one pride parade I was marching in when I was in elementary school with my mom and her partner. And at the end of the parade, there were all these people on the street corner, and they were holding up signs saying, "God hates you. Burn." And when people from the parade would go try to talk to them, they would spray them with water and urine, saying, "This is what Jesus thinks of you." And as a young kid, I looked up at my mom and I said, "Why are they acting like that?" And she said, "Well, Caleb, they're Christians, and Christians hate gay people. If you are not like them, they will not like you." And so that moment did